Our first televised bout this evening is a 6 3-minute rounds contest. It's an international contest in the lightweight division. Firstly, in the red corner, with a record of 3 wins, 10 losses, 3 draws with 2 KOs. Weighing in 10 stone, 6 pounds, 8 ounces, and wearing the blue and white shorts, please welcome from the Czech Republic, Daniel Bazo. And in the blue corner, with a record of 21 wins, 3 losses with 11 KOs, weighing in 10 stone, 3 pounds, 8 ounces, and tonight he wears the white shorts. Please welcome from Dublin, Stephen Ormand. Your referee is Mr. Hugh Russell Jr. of Belfast.
Okay, I've spoken to you both in the changing rooms. You know what to expect. Any questions? Any questions? Touch gloves. Best of luck.
Okay, this is 6 3-minute rounds.
Box Nation delighted to be back in Belfast. Stephen Ormand back in a boxing ring after that shock defeat in Glasgow, where he was down in the first round and eventually a body shot took him out in the 5th, surprisingly, against Zoltan Sabo. So he's on the road to recovery, Barry, and up here a little above super lightweight, just a few pounds lower than he was in Glasgow.
Yeah, I think that's a bit better for the weight, to be around 10 stone. That's not too bad. I think the Glasgow defeat was a lot to do with, I think he took it too lightly for a start, and also I think Sabo was a better fighter than what we all thought, and he proved.
Yeah, absolutely. He was acquitting himself well against O'Hara Davies before he lost in 5 rounds there. And here we have Ormand looking to get back into the mix. And remember, he had that run of sort of fringe WBO title defences that led up to that contest with Terry Flanagan just a few years ago. And things have slightly stuttered since then.
The thing with Ormand's style, it's a pleasing style. You know, he's a boxer, but he's a little jack in the box. He's, you know, very bouncy on his feet. He's got turned a little bit there by his opponent. But with a style like Ormand, where you're busy and you throw a lot of punches, you have to be fit. You know, some styles you can get away with not being ring fit, and just because you've got a punch or you've got really long reach or a relaxed style. With Stephen Ormand, it's a busy, active style. So if he's not fit, he can't compete. He can't perform the way he should.
Well, that defeat to Sabo was a blip. He's won 4 of his 5 since the Flanagan feist, I suppose you'd call it. Slightly lost his head that night, didn't he, against Flanagan towards the end, eventually getting himself disqualified. But he'd been on a great run up until then with that sort of buzzsaw, come forward strength and aggression, which is his trademark.
He's not doing much here, but he's putting a lot of pressure on Bazo and making him move and throw a lot of, probably more punching than he wants to. But Ormand's still got to let his hands go.
And Sabo looks
shot.
Yeah, nice left hook, wasn't he? He looks fit and strong, Sabo, and it's worth remembering he's a guy who's generally fought between super light and welterweight, so he's perhaps slightly the naturally bigger man.
Well, that means whether he can punch or not, it's not irrelevant, but I think Ormand could take a good punch to the chin for sure. It's that Ormand's punches have less effect when you box a bigger guy. You can take a punch better, absorb it more.
Found that left hook again, didn't he, Barry?
But that little fidgety style he got, when he's on the balls of his feet and he's looking to work, that's when you see the best of Stephen Ormand.
Just blocked the jab there, coming back from Bazo.
A good bit of work there from Bazo. That's Ormand just bringing that right foot forward with the right hand, squaring himself up, and Bazo made the move off and counter.
He looked to do the same again there, didn't he, with the right hand, and Ormand didn't buy it on that occasion. Interesting little first round with pressure from Ormand, and he's back on the roll. Steve Collins Jr. in the corner with him, just out of camera shot. And for a guy like Ormand, Barry, who's sort of relied on his aggression and strength over the years, that bound to have been a bit of a dent in the confidence.
Yeah, Yeah, I think that the
Glasgow defeat.
Yeah, of course it really is. But I think it's to do with he was at the wrong weight, and I don't think he was ring fit. But, he didn't throw a lot of punches in that round, to be honest. And Bazo was a busier, but the bigger shots, the stand-up punches were from Stephen Ormand, and I think he made Bazo work hard, and I think that'll have an effect.
Of course, his biggest win, Derry Matthews ringside, is going to be working for us tonight. We'll be hearing for him in due course. The biggest win for Ormand was 3 years ago, wasn't it? The Echo Arena. I think Derry broke his hand that night, didn't he? But that was a real highlight for Ormand.
And the reason Ormand had so much success is because he was relentless, not letting a good boxer do his work. He just threw a lot of punches, kept a lot of pressure on, and the angles as well with Ormand. He steps to the side quite well for the hook to the body, usually.
Got another couple of fighters coming up in our big Cardiff bill in this division as well. Of course, it's Stalker Evans 3 in that one. Oh, has he injured himself? Did he slip in the corner?
In his own corner, actually. That's obviously with putting water on the back of the neck and not putting a towel down underneath the stool.
I think he's okay. He's kind of shrugging it off and back to business. Bazo, he's not even 20. The check from Looney.
Oh, good right hand there again from Ormand, and a jab there from Ormand. But Bazo fires back.
Maybe a bit more method in the first couple of rounds so far from Ormand as well.
He's starting to get his work together now, Stephen Ormand. Just to take a shot there, though.
Yeah, this is probably a good match for him, actually. Bazo knows a little bit about what he's doing. The sort of guy that's just going to get bowled over easily.
But he's got to be fighting. You can see it now, that the physical size of Bazo. Ormand's got to be fighting people closer to his weight. That means he's got to get down to closer to his natural weight.
Yeah, you fancy this is just a stepping stone back into things. I was just about to mention Stalker Evans 3. You wouldn't mind seeing Ormand possibly in with the winner of that one a few months down the line.
Of course. There's a few other names you could chuck in the hat there as well, isn't there, with that little mix of fights.
The lightweight division has been buzzing for years on these shores, and of course we'll see that trilogy on the Cardiff bill at the end of the month. Looking for the right hand again there, Ormand.
That's to take a couple back, though.
And is that just about closing the gap?
Yeah, it is, but the guy's just there, that step to the side we were talking about earlier, throwing the left hook there from Ormand. Got to go a bit closer. He's boxing a bigger guy because he's not boxing at his weight of lightweight. He's boxing at light welter and beyond. This guy's a welterweight, so it's a problem when you're putting pressure on the guy, but he's not panicking because he's naturally bigger lump, but he don't feel under threat as if he was if he's boxing a lighter guy.
He's having a good exhalation of air, a good breathe on the way back to that red corner was Bazo.
Oh.
That could have been
a
mischief.
Worse.
Yeah, that could have been a mischief. Oh, nearly did the splits, Barry. That's the sort of thing Hopkins is still doing into his 50s, isn't he? Splits, press-ups, stuff like that. He'll be fighting again, isn't he?
Yeah, his final fight soon against Joe Smith Jr., which will be the last ever time we'll see Hopkins in the ring, possibly.
What a career that's been. What a career that has been. Interesting piece in Boxing Monthly this month about all the real-life boxing stories you could probably turn into the silver screen, and my goodness me, Hopkins would be high on the list. Amazing to think he lost his very first fight way back all those years ago. There we go then, into the third. Stephen Ormand needs no introduction, of course, in the white shorts up against Daniel Bazo, who's on a bit of a losing run, as Ormand tries to find that left hook of his once again.
He got some moves, this Bazo, to be fair. You know, he can let his hands go, and he spins off the front foot quite well at times. Just slaps a little bit with the body shots, Stephen Ormand. It hits with the fingers, and he just needs to turn his hands a little bit.
Yeah, I think Bazo's sort of basically found his level, and although he's showing some skills, he's going to be the opponent. He won his first couple actually, but he's on a run of 9 defeats on the trot, and he's only won once since those first 2 early successes in his career. But he'd be a good sort of opponent, I think, isn't he?
No, he is, because he fires back, and he makes a go. He's not really going all out for the win, but he's keeping Ormand honest.
He just clipped Ormand with a little body shot, and back comes the Rock with his own.
That's good from Ormand. Lovely little combination.
And that was a fierce little right to the body as well. He really did power that in, almost like an uppercut.
Just doesn't want to neglect the jab here now, Ormand. Ooh, not far off there with that body shot.
Yeah, the left hook really does work for him, head, and it was body on that occasion.
He doubles up well with the left hook, body and head, Stephen Ormand. I just like him to, and then Bazo steps back, so that's where Ormand needs to throw double left hook and throw a big looping right hand over the top. Stay in the same position, and then just let that right hand go.
Nice little moves from the pair of them. There's another wicked left hook to the body from Ormand. Although he's under pressure, he's taking some heavy shots. Bazo does look comfortable enough.
Yeah, and again, I got to point back to it's the weight, and he can absorb the shots a bit better. But Ormand's been busier in this round, been better, much better. Good right hand, lovely right hand.
I think the most important part of the exercise as we come to the end of that third round is for Ormand to get back in the ring, Barry, and feel comfortable.
Yeah, and I think that round more than any was more like the old Ormand, the Ormand that we know can be effective. It's good, keeping nice tight defence here, Ormand, taking the punches on his arms and then coming back. As soon as he felt that right hand hit his arm, he lets the left hand go. Lovely doubling up there. One's a little low, but that's the idea. The busy, constant work of Ormand just starting to break Bazo down slightly in that round.
Of course, Flanagan, one of our kingpins in this division internationally, will be on that Cardiff bill as well towards the end of the month. It's going to be an absolute cracker, that is. Good opportunity for Orlando Cruz, of course, but he's up in weight, isn't he? Yeah, I think that's a nice opponent for Flanagan. Oh, he's been pulled out, Bazo. Back here in Belfast, Bazo's been pulled out. I don't know if there was some of those body shots, the shoulder.
It's the shoulder.
Right, yes. Right shoulder, he's complaining about Bazo, and the fact that he looked quite comfortable in there, he would have carried on had he been able to.
Well, I think he was, he was under a lot of pressure. That was Ormand's best round by far, and I think he felt the pace there, Bazo. But he didn't look like he was wilting it anyway. And also, he gets stopped. He can't fight for a few days. He can't. He got a limit to when he can fight again. So he wouldn't want. He wanted to be busy. That's his job, being busy. So that must be a genuine injury. But Ormand's back in the winning column. That's what he wants to be, and that's, and with his pedigree, with his record, a couple of wins, and he puts himself back into some sort of title contention yet again.
Absolutely right. Let's not forget, sort of around the time he fought Flanagan, he was in the top 10, wasn't he, internationally with the WBO. So trying to work his way back up the rankings into people's imaginations, and you really did see Bazo winced in pain when the doctor was tending to that shoulder. So you feel for him.
But still, for me, Stephen Ormand, he's one of those fighters who he needs to fight near his weight all the time. I feel he's, it might be hard to lose weight, but he's sharp. When he's sharp and he's busier, and when he's busier, he looks the better fighter.
Yeah, we'll get back to that.
At the end of the third round, unfortunately, Daniel Bazo's corner has had to retire him due to a shoulder injury. So the winner in the blue corner from Dublin, Stephen Ormand.
So Stephen Ormand is back in the win column, and he can resume where he left off.